Speaking of that, and I know you have just a couple more minutes left, but one of the things that a president obviously has the power to do if they're popular in their own party, as President Trump is wage war against people in their party who are impeding their agenda. President Trump is currently waging war against a member of Congress in his own party, but it's somebody who is, I think, one of the people who most embodies the policies and the ideology on which President Trump campaigned and was elected, which is Congressman Thomas Massie of your state in Kentucky. He's vowing to defeat Thomas Massie. He has three huge billionaires who are very pro-Israel targeting Thomas Massie. I think for that reason, I'm not saying that's Trump's reason, but that's theirs who are funding it. And he has also started to now kind of be very critical of you in similar ways. At the same time, he's out there actively campaigning for people that the MAGA movement has long said are most anathema to the MAGA agenda. Lindsey Graham, hardcore neocon in South Carolina, Randy Fine, who seems to put every country, especially Israel, before the United States. Why is it that President Trump, do you think, has become so obsessed with targeting Congressman Massie and to a lesser extent yourself when he's doing everything possible to keep in Congress people seemingly opposed to his real agenda?
Well, the irony is, there are still some members of the Republican Party in the Senate who voted to impeach President Trump. Mm-hmm. I would think that his grudges would be stronger against those who actually voted to impeach him, which I consider to be a political process and to be politically motivated. My opposition to the president has always just been on policy, and I think Massie the same way. But I would say Thomas Massie in the House and myself in the Senate represent the libertarian wing of the party, and there's not a lot of us, so we represent the libertarian wing. There are a few fellow travelers on a particular day of the week, but we represent the most libertarian members of the Congress. And that means we're fiscally conservative. We believe in a much smaller government, balanced budgets, foreign war only when attacked and when voted on by Congress. Rarely, if ever, should we be at war. And sort of a live and let live approach to life as far as people's individual life. And I think Trump agrees with quite a bit of that, but I think there's sometimes the challenge, the idea that it's my way or the highway. It isn't so much, it's hard for people to see all the times we're agreeing. Look, I'm a chairman of a committee. I've opposed a few nominees, in other areas of government, but through my committee, everybody they've asked me to get through, I've gotten through. So I have done some of the things that are traditionally done for a president in your party. And I hope maybe that it comes around that really, does he want to waste a lot of time on money on Thomas Massie, or would he rather not spend it trying to keep a Republican majority in the House? Because if they want to spend $20 million on Thomas Massie's race to defeat a guy who is the most fiscally conservative, the most constitutionally minded member of the House, and who really does support President Trump the majority of the time, that'll be a great waste of resources. So I hope they don't do it, but I'm committed to campaigning for Thomas Massie. I've been with him 2 days already. He's in my state, so I've traveled to his district many times. I will do this again in the spring. We will help him raise money, and I consider this a personal challenge to make sure that the most libertarian conservative member of the House is not defeated.
Yeah, somebody who's been opposed to intervention and in favor of free speech as well. Both of you have. Senator Paul, it's always great to talk to you. We certainly will continue to follow. I'm glad there's somebody out there raising questions about this new regime change war hanging on the horizon, and I appreciate your taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching this clip from System Update, our live show that airs every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on Rumble. You can catch the full nightly shows live or view the backlog of episodes for free on our Rumble page. You can also find full episodes the morning after they air across all major podcasting platforms, including Spotify and Apple. All the information you need is linked below. We hope to see you there.